Another Wednesday, and you're welcome to AM Business. We put the spotlight on business stories on Wednesday. It's brought to us courtesy EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. So, government has indicated its preparedness to permanently ban overage vehicles. Most recent of this affirmation is the address by the Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, Osei Mensah-Bonsu, who stated this move is to create the enabling environment for vehicle assembling companies to leverage and fast-track their establishment in the country. On AM Business today, Fred Duho finds out what the various stakeholders make of this move.
Government has launched the automobile bill and has declared tax holidays for car assembly plants in the country since last year. Here is Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, Osei Mensah-Bonsu, on why the ban on imports of over 10-year-old vehicles is crucial.
Auto manufacturing companies that now want to come and begin assembling automobile in the country. Volks has given indication, Nissan has given indication, Toyota has given indication, and Sinotruk also from France. Renault, they also want to come. Now, if they want to come, we need to clean up the environment. You cannot have them come to begin the production of new vehicles when you allow unfettered importation of second-hand vehicles. It doesn't obtain anywhere. So you have to regulate the importation of second-hand vehicles. For a start, maybe we may begin by banning the importation of vehicles that are older than 10 years. And then also prevent the import of salvaged vehicles. Salvaged vehicles are vehicles that are involved in accident outside, vehicles that are flooded, people clean them up and bring them here. They are the reasons why we have so many accidents on our roads.
And we want to briefly talk about vehicle importation. How many of these vehicles that we see on our streets come through our various ports, and as to what the taxes are and the procedures involved. Let's have this brief discussion with Mr. Eduche, the Assistant Commissioner of GRA.
On the average, every month, we are able to clear not less than 800 to 1,000 vehicles. If you bring a vehicle which is not more than 1,800 cc or 1,900 cc, you pay 5%. If it is more than 1,900, you go into the 10%. And then when this is more than the, I'm just talking about the cubic capacity. When it is over 3,000, you go into the 20% import duty category.
Do you factor in the age of the vehicles as well, aside the capacity?
When it is less than 10 years, irrespective of the brand, you don't pay overage penalty. Yeah, overage penalty is like a punitive, a punitive measure to maybe keep the importation of vehicles which have been more or less to say discarded somewhere. So it's just to reduce the importation of vehicles that are over 10 years old. If it is less than 10 years, as I said, it's nil. But if it is 10 years and then it does not exceed 12 years, you pay 5% overage penalty. That one, the 5% is on the CIF.
What is CIF?
Cost, insurance, and fee.
I am currently at Errata Motors to engage with the man who has been in this automobile business for quite a long time now. He's a car importer for over a decade. let's engage him for him to tell us the intricacies, the details that we should know about car importation.
Okay, I would say that we are basically used cars dealers. And there's a lot of people who cannot afford buying the brand new cars. So we bring these used cars being discounted so that people can afford buying it, yes. So that is basically what we do. But however, we used to bring new ones depending on the order. If somebody wants it, we can order it for you. But we are more into the used ones, but fairly used.
Is it that the new ones are quite expensive to buy from outside, or it is the home use one that the Ghanaians, looking at their economic condition, is more favorable and moves faster?
Yeah, that's true. It's like the new ones are more expensive, and also the new ones attract a lot of duties. So if you bring slightly used ones, you get some depreciations from the government, some from 15% down to 50%, depending on the year. So it's like when you bring the used ones, it becomes reasonable for everybody to buy. Yes, it comes back to affordability. Yes.
How old are these vehicles you have in your showroom?
These are cars that started from 20. Even we have 2019 car here, 2018, 2016, up to 2013. Yeah, we bring slightly used ones, fairly used, that has no problem. Accident-free cars, clean title. Yeah, those are the cars that we bring in. Yeah, even though it's used, but people will see that it's like a new car you've bought. Yeah, it's a good thing that the government is coming up with to ban cars that are over 10 years. And even they need to do more. One, for me, I think it's the best if they can take this decision. Yeah, cars that they change the steer from other side to other side. Some cars are already right-hand side. They'll bring it to Ghana and change it to the left-hand side. Those cars we don't need in this country, because sometimes they can't make it well. You see most of the cars that sometimes having problems on the street are those cars. And also heavily accidented cars that they bring into the country must be banned. If you ban those cars, because there are so many of them, if you count about, let's say, about 85% of all those small cars, all accidental cars that is in the country, and that doesn't help. And innocent buyers will go and buy, and at the end of the day, you'll be suffering, buying parts, doing that and that. So for me, they should cancel over-age cars that has heavily accidental ones, and that cars that the steer is changed to the other side.
Government directive indicates that they should give 30%, a whooping 13% discount on vehicle importation. Has that come to your attention? Have you benefited from that?
Oh yeah, that one has really helped with the 30% that they brought in. It was a very good thing that they introduced.
This is a brand new car, and obviously not many of us can afford this brand new car as far as the cost is concerned. But certainly we should know some basics about a brand new car. And I have with me Mr. Anani, who is the training manager at Toyota Ghana, to do the talking. This particular car we are in, how old is this car?
Oh, this is less than 6 months. It's just from the plant. It's fresh. And it's not even driven on our roads yet.
Every product comes with some form of expiring date. What would be the lifespan of this brand new vehicle?
Yes, for vehicles, there is not a fixed lifespan of the vehicle. It much depends on the maintenance. Maintenance play a lot to the lifespan of a vehicle. If you have a very good maintenance routine, some vehicles can even last over 20 years and above. And it also depends on how well the manufacturer of the product is ready to support. Because there are some manufacturers, after they put out the product, you can't even get the spare parts. Then in that case, you might end up with 5 years lifespan or even less. So it depends on a lot of factors.
Considering the nature of our roads and a number of other factors you may put into consideration, one would say if you see a vehicle does not have a lifespan, for instance, a brand new one, is quite confusing, because we see a number of scrap vehicles on our parked which have been abandoned, they are not in use. When you say a brand new vehicle of this nature has no lifespan and it depends on the maintenance, does it mean that if I ensure that I change my engine oil frequently, the tires are worn out, I change it and everything, the car can last forever?
Yes, it can. Not forever, because everything has an end anyway. But if you don't have the genuine parts to use, then you are already on a losing side. Because we have a lot of products that even the manufacturer himself maybe didn't do a good job. So there's a technical problem, maybe a technical problem with the car. And so you see those kind of cars mostly parked in the garages. They can't move because they have problems. You can't, even if you fit the genuine parts, you still have a problem.
To avoid accidents on our roads, as a good driver, never give safety a day off. And that is what is boldly written at the entrance of the Toyota workshop.
So when you take off the brake pad, then you look at the diameter of the brake pad. So as you could see, this is less than 5 mm. This is less than 5 mm. So it tells you that the brake pad is worn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long is this one going to last? Or it depends on usage?
It depends on the usage. Depends on the usage, especially with automatic vehicles like this. You know, with automatic vehicles, you use the brake in everything. But if you compare the manual, you have the clutch assisting it. So with the automatic vehicles, the brake pad wear faster as compared to the manual. So mostly depends on the usage of the driver.
Whenever there is medium service or heavy service, or any time that the fuel light will show on the dashboard, you have to change the fuel filter, which is the fuel element. Yeah, so right down there.
So when a light shows on the dashboard, that yellow indication.
Especially the Land Cruiser, or Fortuner diesel, or Prado diesel. Yes, you have to change the element, the fuel filter element. Yes, and we fix a new one. So right now I've removed the element and I want to blow it and fix a new one.
Locate the electrical components.
Yeah, so the electrical components in the engine compartment, we have this relay block. Yes, this controls most of the systems on the vehicle. Mostly what we've realized is that, there are fuses. Fuses are placed on each system to ensure that overcurrent is prevented. So in case a component maybe fails, or there is negative and positive coming together, when negative and positive come together, it generates heat, and that heat can start fire. We already have fuel around. So once this heat is generated, it can start fire. Now the fuses are positioned in such that when such a thing happens, it would rather burn. So instead of your vehicle burning, it is the fuse that will burn to stop the fire from, or to stop that circuit from working.
When it's a brand new car and it's a home use car, which of them will involve much cost?
Yeah, a brand new car will be less, but a home use car will definitely have a few things, extra things that need to be changed, so the price will shoot up. Other than that, I would say a new car is cheaper to maintain.
Aged cars or home use cars tend to be more costly than a brand new car, because a brand new car, you don't have much to do when it comes to maintenance. But with an aged car or the used car, there are instances whereby the vehicle's parts are also not available and you need to bring it down. It also takes time. So this waiting time and others, owners doesn't want to do, and they will try to improvise, and normally leads to other costs. So normally when you're maintaining an old car, it takes more to do than a new car.
Heard is from the experts, the technicians, right? The engineers, good. So from the engineers at Toyota Ghana, they have given us enough education as to what to do as far as maintaining your vehicle is concerned. And for them, they are into trade-in. You drive in your old vehicle, they revalue it, and forcibly you drive away with a new car. I am a lover of cars. Today I've learned a lot about the parts of vehicles and their maintenance. Fred Duho, Toyota Ghana, Joy Business.
Well, ideally, we would all love to drive brand new vehicles. Sometimes it's just not possible, but I like the idea of trading in. So who knows, next time we could be driving, a hot brand new vehicle. I hope that you've enjoyed this edition of AM Business. It comes your way every Wednesday right here on the show and is brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.